Collector here. Really been reviewing a lot of things this week, just in terms of how I wanted the channel to go and kind of my thoughts on things, and just really reevaluating how things are presented and just the overall goal of the channel as a whole. I felt like I was wasting a lot of time filming videos that were just showing raids at nauseum rather than showing the true nature of the channel, which was, to try to collect everything. That's kind of the goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to show more of a week-to-week comparison where it's just kind of a week in review, what we've achieved, where we're at in the whole collection. And I think that would make things easier because just trying to document every single raid, I spend more time filming videos than truly collecting and advancing in the game, and that just made a lot more sense. Right now, we're doing pretty well. I have 66 marks of honor. Next week is Comp Stomp, so when that drops, we'll be able to farm some more marks of honor. And I think I'm going to start getting the weapon collections for each season as well. I think that's kind of the best thing to do. If you look at my appearances, I do have Molten Core, Blackwing, Temple, Trial of Style, of course, and then I have Season 1, which is a pretty nice set actually. Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4. So I think what I'm going to do is just start with the basic classes, get all their gear to Season 4, but also unlocking the weapons for each season as well. They cost, I want to say 85 marks, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, I need to go a little ways, but it will help a lot, I think, in the overall collection. And then sort of start knocking out these other ones. The Lich King ones are awful, and there's just like just to get season 5, that's 36 tokens right there. Season 6 is okay. Season 7 is just one, thankfully, and season 8 is just one as well. I guess season 9 is the other Lich King one. There's two, it looks like. So that's kind of the focus right now. I did sell my T-Boos, sold a couple other things. I'm almost at 600k, trying to get that 5 million. It would be really nice to get that 5 million before the end of the year. I don't think that's going to work, but I've been running Cataclysm raids a little bit with my Hunter, going to start doing with other classes, but what I've been noticing is it's about 1k a run. So I wanted to actually check and see if that's true for Firelands because there's more trash mobs, just to kind of get a sense. That way you can prioritize your gold making. Um, but I did run Bastion of Twilight, and I ran Blackwing Descent, and they were about 1,000 gold. So that's vendoring all the purples, equipping any greens I didn't have, and vendoring those, vendoring the grays you get, and then auction house with all the volatiles that dropped, which there were a lot more in Bastion of Twilight than Blackwing Descent. And then with the gold made from the bosses, it's about 1,000 a run. That was for the first 3 runs, so I really want to see what I get out of here. Film this one, kind of, just kind of touch base, show where we're at, and then kind of show the overall progress. Just as a side note, let's see. Something I hate about this, it does lock. See, this should fade, and I should be able to select all the things. There we go. We're at 12.5%. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Let's see. So we'll run through Firelands. It's on 25 heroic, just because the pieces that drop in heroic do sell vendor for a little bit more gold, and with 25 man you get a lot more drops. Now, the thing I don't like what they changed is before you used to be able to kill every mob in here, and every mob would drop something for you. Now it's been kind of changed where it's not everything drops, but we'll see. Hopefully Firelands isn't affected by that, but I did notice that a lot in Blackwing Descent. So let's see. I do like to kill everything. That's another gold. I've been reading a lot of theories too on why they're taking out the mighty Caravan Brutosaur, which is the Longboy auction house mount. And Hazel Nutty had a couple interesting ideas behind it. And she was talking a lot about she thinks there's going to be a new auction house mount, but I don't know. I don't truly believe that. I just I think they're wanting to make things. And she did make a good point later on in her video, which talked about scarcity. And I think Blizzard doesn't want everybody to have the auction house mount. But it's odd to me that they have not removed the spider, which was the 2 million spider from Legion. But they have removed the auction house mount. So I don't know if it's just they want to have a small group of people. Maybe this goes with the auction house changes where, you know, last in, first out kind of mentality where it's if you're the last person to post an item, it's the first one to sell. Maybe they're wanting to reduce the amount of server strain and keeping people from constantly relisting things. I'm not sure. Well, that was a pretty good pull right there. So right now, just kind of clearing out the trash as I make way over where I should be. But we'll kind of start mining these. So shimmering shards, that's half a gold each one. It's not a bad little pickup. You do get rep as well, but really we're trying to make gold here. So I did write down how much money I had. I was gonna really calculate out what I've been making, but the last 3 dungeons raids I've done is about a K each. Now I don't know if that's if mop raids fall the same. I thought mop BOPs sold for a lot more. So I'm wanting to test that and see really how true does it hold. Pets just operate so odd in here. They just kind of meander their way behind you, never really helping. I do think they help in bosses. So it does look like everything in here does drop something, which is nice. Obsidian ore too sells for a pretty solid amount. So yeah, the shimmering shards are crummy, but if every so often you get some obsidian, that's pretty good. So I mean about a gold plus each mob. There's a good 200 in here. There's a lot. More obsidian. Awesome. And I love this Azurite trait that double shoots the multi-shot. Makes life a lot easier. So we'll see what happens. Decent amount of grays too, which again, the more the better. I'm hoping this is a little higher. This is a much bigger raid. More space to traverse. And that artifact power is locked. Maybe I left clicked it, we'll see. There we go. So I guess if you left click on something, it locks it in there. So that was just user error, not Azurite UI. So apologize to the creators for that. I wish UIs were locked behind like achievements and stuff. Because we could have so many more. Making our way to the first box up here. I believe it's Shanix, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Oh, Beth. Sorry. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, as of now, we're doing pretty solidly. Some good stuff. So, yeah, I forgot I haven't even been in here before. That's kind of crazy. So, I think it's just a better way for the channel to be healthier. It's just to kind of show weekly updates as we farm things. And just kind of show the things that we're looking for and whatnot. These were cool fights, I gotta admit. Hopefully this won't. There we go. Yeah, it didn't bug out. Sweet. Used to be if you didn't get her killed all the way up there, you'd come down here and get webbed for hours upon hours. Alright, we'll kill this guy because he's bugging out. And been noticing too on some raids, especially in Blackwing Descent, some of the bosses you'll loot, and it's like you've been capped on how much loot you can get, and you have to actually click it twice. Something I kind of noticed last time while running in there. Here. You're dead. Made that easy, didn't have to wait for him to walk around the whole place. Alright, so I like clearing out this trash. There's a lot here. Didn't see him there. And there's more things to mine too. So I wonder if there's a, I'm trying to think if there's a race that mines faster. Dark Iron Doors should have that. Ooh, Volatile Earth. Nice. Sweet, got 2 in a row there. So just in raw gold, we've made 135, which is not bad. And that to me is pretty good, just considering, I mean, the more raw gold and grays we can get and whatnot, the better. Where is this at? There we go. Kind of killed that kind of awfully. But it's alright. So, a lot more obsidian. And it's only the unbound smoldering elemental actually drops anything. Vendor that. There we go. Yeah, see that's like 7 gold to pull. So I mean if right now I'm sitting at 6 120s, I got my demon hunter. So I think it would just be pure gold runs for the demon hunter in all honesty. He would just fly around this place and just kill everything. So you would, I mean, I guess some leather pieces you could unlock, but really it's just you're trying to earn the gold. Now there are quests in Legion and in other areas at max level that do award pretty decent gold. So I mean that is another way if you know. I think this is more fun. You're just killing crap. To me, it makes the most sense. So as we just mine these real quick here. So I don't know if anyone heard that or not, but my fiance just scared the heck out of her son. So in the edit, you'll be able to hear him screaming. And then we just rewatched it like 5 times in a row. I think I want to let them get closer. I don't know. What the heck is the pet doing? Well, I guess I know what he's not doing. There we go. Some more shimmering shards. Say that 9 times fast. There's a lot too. There's another one, jeez. So every 2 of those guys is one more, or, you know, 80% of 1 gold. So 3 is 1.2 gold. Decent, you don't want to leave any gold behind. So we'll knock out all those guys. I mean, just on raw gold alone, let's pull this up and check. So, on raw gold alone, we're at 185 gold, and we've only killed 2 bosses. So just in trash alone, that's a pretty decent pull. That's pretty fast. So if you think about this, you could have 50 toons at level 120. Bring them in here. Been in here, what, 5 minutes? So 50 toons. If we're getting 1,000 each, that's 50k. Run this place 50 times. I mean, it is conceivable. Now, granted, that's a lot of farming in here, but how bad do you want your Brontosaur is basically the question I have for you. So I've never had 1,000,000 gold. I mean, I've spent more than 1,000,000, obviously, especially from Draenor garrisons, which were the greatest gold farming ever. So I've never had that much gold. But I think if I don't spend it, I mean, because I spent, what, 300k on pets for this video, for a video alone. So, I mean, I know I can make the money. But I am going to get that amount if it's the last thing I do. I mean, we're already a 10th of the way there, which is pretty substantial. So we'll get a good look at this, and I hope it's not the 1 mil. I just have this sneaky suspicion that all Kata raids were 1,000 gold to run, which is okay, but it's not spectacular. And I guess if you're getting other things to sell in the auction house, it's okay. But I mean, your hope is that you can just vendor most of this stuff, which, I mean, that's a good amount of stuff. And I haven't vendored any, like, that's 20 gold, 15 gold, 30 gold. Forgot, I didn't even have any of these achievements. Did knock out 2 more things I didn't have also. Nice. More gold. Let's go. Alright. Vendor. Zone drop, and then, man, there's a lot of drops in here. 58. Wow. What? No drops? That's lame. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger. Alright, so this is supposed to be something where you can get the feathers and fly around. So if you're a non-ranged class, you're having a hard time hitting him, go ahead and do that, but we'll knock him out pretty quickly here. So this is the 4th boss. It's a pretty fun raid. If you're opposed to fire, this is not a fun raid, obviously. So I probably should have killed those things. Oh, keep the annoying birds off me. And where's... Oh, sweet. Got one of the achievements. No mount, unfortunately. So there are 3 mounts in here, one for doing all the achievements, which only the penitent is probably the one achievement everyone's going to struggle with, just because people don't know how to take it easy. Basically, just kneel down as this fire ring comes out. If all 6 people in the group do it correctly, hey, you win. I guess you could multi-box that. If you had to, but you would need 6 accounts. Alright, that wasn't much gold. That was kind of crummy. Let's see if this is any better. Let's see. That was better. 3 gold. I do need some new mounts, although this Kodo is still probably one of my favorites. Very excited I got that. Alright, so let's knock out all this. Still one of the coolest looking bosses in the game. Now, I haven't really been putting much emphasis on the Legion raids just because it's personal loot, and you know, in here, like for instance, we'll walk there. So I kill this guy, right? So I kill him, right? Let's just go through what drops, okay? So let's get all the drops though, shall we? Alright, Gate Crasher. That's 28 gold, that's 56 gold. Won't worry about that. That's another 5, that's 61. And another 20, that's 81. 101, 121, 121 gold. In the Legion run, if you get a drop, it's a drop for you and a drop only. You don't get all this extra loot. And it makes just how much you're having to invest into those runs not worth it. And I killed my pet. I did not see that happening. Like if you look in here, you know, this run wouldn't be worth it if I was on personal loot. Alright, so for only the penitent, let me show you how this works. That little ring of fire, okay. If you get hit by it, and watch, I'll show you. He has a cast. That's not him. Who's casting it? Yeah, it's that. Kneel to the flame. Alright, so he casts it, right? You want to kneel at this point, so that way when he casts it, you're kneeling when you get hit by the fire. These are the 2 orbs you have to click, but they have to be clicked at the same time. There has to be one group here and one group here. You need 3 people to click these, so you need 6 in total. What you do is you'd run up, and you would kneel. 1, 2, 3. It would hit you, but see, since I wasn't kneeled, these go away, and thus the achievement goes away. There's some wonky ways to reset this stuff, but I mean, I wouldn't. It's kind of hit or miss. I really would just focus on killing. So, get 5 other people who can listen. That's all you truly need, is just people who can listen. I think that is nice. Oh, never mind. That's good for warlocks. Oh, it rotates. That's kind of cool. Sweet. Yeah, we've done okay in here. Heroic, 30% of the drops in one run. Be nice to get a mount, but you know, really we're just in here to see how the gold works out. as my YouTube videos upload at this snailish-like pace. I'm pretty certain that Throne of the Four Winds isn't worth the gold. So, for collecting logs, obviously go there. But as far as Cataclysm runs go, and Dragon Soul, I think I might just, since I'm farming for gold, I might stop before Spine. I don't know. Don't really know if it's worth it to do Spine for a gold farm, but we'll see. Here's Ragnaros. Pretty sweet run. It's cool look when you walk into an area. So just kind of waiting for this new phase to open up. Thank you DBM for having an error in between. He's trying to escape out of his manhole. Yay, there we go. Alright, so. Can I loot that? I want to loot this. Oh, that would have been cool. Alright. So let's see how we did. Let's hearth back out and get a grand total and see if this hopefully was a little bit higher than the approximate 1,000 I've been getting from these runs. I think I have about 24 characters on this server too, so once we get them to 120, which the AV has been helping a lot. So let's go through these. Alright, well, mail. So everything's soulbound, obviously. I'm just gonna sell. So we're just looking for soulbound items. I can equip that right now. So this will be my equip pile. I'll equip them and then sell them. Obviously, any tokens you want to open those for your class because they sell more than the 5 gold that this one would give us. Oh, okay, I forgot. So, you take these with the BOE items and it makes it a different item. I had, I think, one of those, but we'll keep these. Yeah, I did forget about that. Mace is collected. We're gonna vendor that for 14 gold. Living Ember will keep. Another. See, these are things you click on these and they make them for your class. Obviously, it's not for hunters, so you just want a vendor like this right here. Let me show you what this looks like. So vendors for 5 gold. You click it, and now vendors for 20 gold. So again, it's just to maximize your gold. And now we can sell these two as well. Soulbound. Nice. Let's go. Wow, that's a lot of greens I did not have. I think these might be the same, but we'll see. BOE trinket, doesn't really matter. Dagger, don't need. And I'm not really sure about the disenchant on these, but I'm just trying to maximize gold. We'll keep that. Have a feeling that's that as well, but we'll see. And, oh, we got more here. Sweet, alright. These trinkets are nice. It's 20 gold a pop. Alright, let's also knock these out. 7 gold. A little better than 5, I guess. Wait. B. All the things. Sometimes you have to refresh the collection by hitting shift click, and then the items in your bag that you have actually collected will be added. Okay, yeah, so those were the same. Let's knock that out. Now these work. Let's get that. What's that look like? That's kind of cool sword. Alright, so collected. Alright, so grand total time, let's see. Alright. $1,374 gold. So, if you're keeping track, it's about 1,000 gold per run for Cataclysm raids. So let's kind of check that out. See what we look at here. These two, yes. Dragon Soul's all just boss fights. There's not a lot of trash. I think that's what makes Firelands, because Firelands came in at almost 1,400 gold. The other, Bastion Twilight, which also has a lot of trash, was about 1,100. So Firelands seems to be your best bet, especially if you can mine. That's kind of my thoughts on that. So hopefully by the end of this weekend I'll be at 600k in my gold. That would make getting the long mount a lot easier. So Mists of Pandaria, I'd probably go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll see what the gold is on those and kind of post a video on that as well. As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. So we're at almost 570,000 gold. Making our way towards the mighty Caravan Brontosaur. Can't wait to have it. And then go from there. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. And talk to you guys soon. Happy collecting, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Doing a slightly bit of a redo on the update video. We're just in Firelands. Made about 1,300 gold. Coming out of Mist of Pandaria. Mogashon Bolts. Such a beautiful area. One of my favorite raids. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to see if we're still getting the 1,000 gold per run. Going to try to fly through this as quick as I possibly can. Just trying to get some data to see if things have been capped. If so, I'm going to have to really map out how I want to run these. I will check out Heart of Fear as well. I feel like Heart of Fear has tons of ads as well. I forgot it's 25 heroic, so everything comes nice. Obviously, I'm overloading the loot here. Let's see. That won't come in. You want to make sure you get everything you can. Wow, there's such a delay right now. And I don't know what that is from. There is an achievement you can get here if you have a puppy. Corgi should work. There we go. They share health, so you can attack one, and when they group up, just AoE them down. Maybe it had to be a core hound. Maybe I screwed that one up. Oh well. Now you get to look at a corgi the whole time. There we go. Lower Walker Cho. Still one of the worst Hearthstone cards imaginable. So So let's... Sorry. 5, 6, 9. Alright. So, good loot there. Let's go. You will get some really solid gloves or patterns in here. And it's got to the point where you can kill them before they even run. It's just crazy, like, having done this when it was current, and then coming in here and just, you know, 5 seconds later the boss is done. Really neat story in this area. Look at those dog ears, that's funny. I have a feeling like a lot of the items that should have gone to me are going to be in the nether and then mailed to me. And I feel like there's a lot of loot I'm not getting in here, but we'll see. Alright. I don't understand how to do this fight solo. To get the achievement, you're supposed to go into the Shadow Realm, but with one person, I don't see that as being viable. See, I did miss loot. Azra does like half his damage. Sweet. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so making our way through this next fight. I think we have to talk to him, if I remember. There we go. If I remember. So I have 61% of the drops in here already. I thought I came in here once or twice. Still almost knocked out Molten Core at that one boss, but the vanilla raids are only used for mogs. You're not going to use them for farming gold. And I like to see how Lich King holds up. I feel like the BOPs in Cataclysm and beyond, I think I already got these. Yeah, second time I got them. But I don't think the Lich King raids give enough gold. But you do get a lot more greens in there, so if that's any consolation, I think that might be something to look at. Meng the Demented. Most foul, maniacal ruler to ever abuse the imperial throne. Such great artwork in here. Really one of my favorite raids. Alright, who's next? That was weird, it's like I wasted it. Nice. Let's get that loot. One more. Oh, such a nice piece. Alright, so moving on. Also, as you can tell, we have a lot more drops. I mean, this kind of took up a whole bag, but if you're wondering why I don't have the extra 4 spaces in my bag, it's because my authenticator is tied to 2 accounts, which I don't want to take it off my old account. And as such, I can only get those 4 slots on the first account for my backpack. Let's just kill all these. Can't remember if they pull or not when you go to the next fight. So, just to make sure we don't have any issues. Alright, so obviously the Stone Guard, I need a lot more from them. Fang and Gera, we're good. Spirit Kings, the fight we just did, we're missing the 2-hand pole arm. That's pretty, that would look great for a monk. Alright, so Elegon, we are missing the mount, the axe, ooh, that's nice, and the shoulders. Heart of Fear is a lot more trash, so I'm curious to see what we get here. Oh, we gotta wait for Cho. At least he hustles, though. You gotta give him that. He moves with a sense of urgency. Definitely appreciate that. Yes, because punching computers always works. This is a fight you want to expedite as well. At 406. So not a bad eye level at all. There we go. Dead. Yay. Oh, so I did get the shoulders. Nice. Those look weird. They almost look like Firelands. Druid shoulders. Odd, okay. So. I have hands and hands. That's what I'm missing from the next boss. And then an illusion. Colossus. Alright, on this one, you start this heroic fight by clicking the pipes because it's heroic. It's kind of neat because you're releasing gas into the area, which then it affects the fight. My first time in here on LFR, just pulling things great, and for some reason half the raid kicked me, and I don't know why. Still to this day, I'm a little salty about that. Alright, here we go. Lord Walker says I'm out because you've released the gas, which is supposed to damage you. Thankfully, this isn't a percentage, it's just a number. DBM timer here. Let us know when things. Let me drop that for you. You can see. Used to be able to click those, but alright. Thought they'd be behind a shot, but it's okay. Now we're getting two at once, thankfully. Make this a little faster. And we finally get the fights in 7. Yes. That's awesome. Alright, so we got the illusion. Shift click. There we go. Whoa. Alright, sweet. So, knocked out that boss. That's awesome. That's on heroic though. On normal, there's still a lot more to get. Alright, so let's hearth and let's see how we did. Let's see if this is better. If Cataclysm is the way to go. Because if Cataclysm is the way to go, then the goal should be to get a bunch of 120s, run those, but because 1, 2, 3. That's 3k a week you can make just off these. Let's see how we did though. Alright. Wish I had Spartan UI. That is one nice thing. I'm gonna repair with my guild because I need to be cheap right now. Thanks guys, you're the best. Alright, so soulbound. 2 more items, that's cool. Mail that. Sorry if that game made anybody dizzy, that's pretty rough. Are these soulbound? Okay, no. I always like to make sure because sometimes some of the recipes, I keep them to mail and then I realize, oh, they were. I think, oh, that was a lot better, actually. Alright, so, let's equip these two real fast. Alright, so, final tally as of now. Let's see. So, we ended at 571, 182, minus. Wait, that didn't work out. 1200. So, I think Heart of Fear would do better, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to make about 1k per raid now. So, if you factor this out, let's go back here. Alright, so if we start with Cataclysm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to see how much these make. But if you're making 10K a week, and then the goal is, well, the goal is that basically. But if you do 10K a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 60K a week. That's not bad. Obviously, more toons knock this out better. I think I could do it if I'm getting 60K a week. So, as always, appreciate everybody watching. I think that's gonna be my focus, is just to run all those. But I mean, like if you look at my Demon Hunter, for instance, so I was what 406 item level with my Hunter. I've been using AV to farm. My DK is pretty rough too, but man, that's taking forever to load. That was weird. There's gotta be like add-ons conflicting. It never takes that long to load. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, 140 item level, 120. And I think my DK is lower, actually. So, I mean, just something to kind of keep in mind. So, as always, happy collecting to everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching, and look for more content. And I need to find out what to use these on. Still debating. But we'll get to there. Get to that bridge when it gets there. Thanks, guys, and take care. Hey, everybody, back again. Checking out what kind of damage my paladin will do based on upping his gear. Went and did the Nazjatar quest line. Did a couple world quests that dropped gear. Just wanted to see, viability wise, if I would be able to run these things. These are Cataclysm dungeons. I'm at 304. And obviously I have a few pieces that are just absolutely horrible. Yeah, that back piece needs to change a lot. Wow, I didn't realize it was that low. So I might go find some greens and just sets me back financially though. Dang it. That needs to change. If I can just get another back piece, I'll be set. Just checking world quests. Probably the best way to do it. But yeah, that's a really low piece. That's really holding me back. But I need to replace that too, because there's no strength on that mace. So, I mean, it's okay for the trash pulls, but I mean, it's not going to affect me in any way, shape, or form. It's just, it does affect how fast I can kill things. I mean, I am a tank, so I guess that's okay too. But I want to expedite this as much as I can. Man, that's so weird how it's not letting you get all the gear right away. Obviously, my transmog is quite possibly the worst thing ever conceived. I know there's some spikes. That's the one commonality between the headpiece, the shoulders, the chest, and the shield, is they all have protruding points that could hurt people. Can't wait to be a demon hunter and just plummet down there. Yeah. Trying to conserve gold though for my mount, so I haven't been too keen on just transmogging away, you know. Transmog is gold, and I'm trying to conserve as much as I can. But I shouldn't look utterly ridiculous either, I guess. But I feel like I can wait at least until feel like I can wait at least until I get them out. So obviously I just put everything in Avenger Shield. Actually, now that I think about it. Did I pick all my talents? Alright, cool. Been quite a few times when I come into a raid and I don't have all my talents even selected. I got the gauntlets there, and I got another one of these guys. So at some point I can start selling them, but Tiny Tron, that's awesome. And let's taunt. What do you know? Nice. It is nice when you get things you already have because you can just sell them. So we're almost at a K on this guy. Wow. That was a lot there. 7 gold, 8, well, I guess not great, and 17 gold. I mean, 31 gold from one little pull. That's pretty spectacular. Since I'm just farming gold, I might after this switch to the... Yeah, so usually my hunter has him dead by here. But still not too bad, I mean, it's a couple seconds. So wait, I did get the shield and the chest piece. Cool. So I mean, I'm at 42% here. Good little start. So think about it like this: if I get 1K from running this place, and it would cost me 400 gold, give or take, to transmog. It just cuts in so bad. And plus, I will be swapping out most of this gear too when more world quests drop me better stuff. But from the Nazjatar, I did take the 370 shield. I didn't think I would get a great shield like that for a while, so I felt that was the wisest use of my time. I should be running Loot Appraiser, dang it, I forget. So already 49% of his health, that's not bad. Alright, cool. So, again, not awful. No drops, but it's okay. Oh, hey, I didn't loot that guy. Dragodon Mongrel. Now I took I think of the judgment, excuse me, so when I judge enemies, myself and allies get healed. I could have taken Divine Steed on one of my Azerite traits, which would have made it a 40-second recharge, but I felt like more damage was better, or healing off of damage was better, especially if I'm trying to do world quests. I'm having a little bit of trouble with those. See, there he is. Oh, that's even worse. I wonder if I'll get credit for killing him before he lands. Hey, I did! What do you know? That's great. So not having a really strong character helped because I was able to get the achievement. Oh, that's great. I have most of them too. Alright, so let's see. Took about 9.5 minutes in total. Um, so let's see how much we got. It was just above 900 when I started this one. So let's see how we've fared since then. Alright. I forgot he has marks of honor too. Oh wow. Forgot my druid has 40. Nice. Not bad. So I'm sitting at 130 marks. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, that's so interesting. I wish that was bigger, but alright, I'll definitely equip that one right now. Yes, about 1,000 gold. No matter what class you bring in there. Interesting. Well, it's kind of where we stand now. Like I said, we'll continue to grind out this gold, make some things happen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe buy another token, we will see. But for right now, just sending that gold over. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I think we've kind of done this ad nauseum where Kata and Panda raids are 1,000 gold each on average. So if you're trying to get towards that mount, let's just do a little bit of quick math, shall we? So let's say you have 5 120s that can farm this. Okay. Let me write this down that way for posterity's sake. So 5 toons. Whoa. 5 toons. I didn't touch on dungeons in here. I guess they could be farmed, but 1, 2, 3. So let's say Kata 3 raids. Panda is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 raids for Panda. And Warlord just has 3. And am I missing? I don't do Legion. So that's 10 raids, 1,000 each. You're looking at 10k So you could make 50k a week just by doing this method. If you have more toons, obviously it's more. But I have 6 toons, so 60k a week isn't bad. That's gonna be my goal, kind of moving forward. Just just vendoring basically everything and moving from there. So I'll let you guys know how it works out. Let's just check one more thing to see where we're at. So just if things held still right now, kind of explain where we'd be at. Plus you can get mounts and other things in some of these runs, so it wouldn't be too bad. Trying to see if there's a better way to farm, but I mean a guaranteed 60k a week, guaranteed quarter of a mil every 4. Obviously if you have 10 110s, that would be ideal. But let's see. So I'm flying at Heart of Fear. I'm sitting at 571, so let's just so if I did 60k a week in 74 weeks, I'd have it. Based on what I have left. 74 weeks, wow. So 18 months, that's not going to do it. I'm going to need more toons, basically. And really, really, really just... Oh, man. I don't think that's going to do it. Well, we'll keep plugging away. Also, too, I mean, so if you think about it, a token's 180k. So every token you buy, that shaves off 3 weeks. So that's another idea as well. Let's see, what are token prices right now? Just out of curiosity. 182, yeah. I think that might be the way to go. It's just get a token every once in a while and go from there. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Kind of stay tuned. We're going to keep moving towards the ultimate goal. That's 60k a week, though. It's almost like someone had said 20,000 a day. That's the ideal. So if you can get close to that, it's